thank you for joining me here on my Friday finish lines. You made it through another week. Hope you had a great end to your week and a great start to your weekend. It's a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me here on my channel where I give you guys motivational quotes on a various amount of topics in order to push you guys through your everyday lives, in order to become better for yourselves and for the people that you choose to surround yourself with and the world at large. And so what I'm talking about today, just in light of what's been going on in the world, in light of what's been happening over the past year, I'm going to be touching on coming together as a human race, coming together as communities, coming together as leaders, coming together as friends and family, whatever it may be. I'm going to be touching on today and giving you guys my 2 cents and also motivating you guys to push through every day. And remember that it does not stop here. And if you want to see change in the world, you have to be that change. And so with that being said, let's get into these 2 quotes I have for you guys today, all right? Okay, so the reason I chose coming together is because of what's been happening in the last couple months, the attacks on the Asian community that have accumulated over the last couple months and have started off with them harming the elderly of the Asian community, and now people going out of their way to literally go to nail shops and get guns and do these horrible things to these women that otherwise are just there to provide a service. They're just there to make money for their families. And it just astounds me that we are even in this place as a community. As someone who is mixed race, I'm Filipino and Black, I have been on both sides of what's been going on in the world, what's been happening to both sides of who I am, how people that look like my brother, people that look like my mom are being affected by what's happening in the world. People that look like my dad, people that look like my grandparents on my dad's side are just being affected by this hate, by these terrorist attacks. I'm going to call it what it is. This is what I believe it to be, are these terrorist attacks against these specific group of people that are being done by, I don't mean to single people out, but being done by white people. And that's kind of what's been happening. We are seeing mass shootings come up again. Although we're not even supposed to be in groups due to this coronavirus, we are still seeing these mass shootings come up again. So it just astounds me. And so I want to talk on this today and letting you guys know that we have to come together as a human race, as humankind, as nothing more than just, hey, I have sympathy for you because you're another human being. I look at you as if, imagine if I was you and this was happening to my grandmother, to my mother. I would look at you as if this was happening to my brother or my sister. And so I sympathize with you. I want to be there with you, and I want to stand with you as you go through this emotional time that is affecting your community specifically. So I cannot stress this enough that coming together now more than ever is what we need to do as a people. And for those of you that are watching this, I'm sure you agree. I'm sure you agree with me that the world is divided right now. We're divided on religious boundaries. We're divided on political views. We're divided on if you should wear a mask or not. We're divided by race, by color, by the gender that people are identifying as. And it is just crazy to me that there is so much hate going on in the world when we're all being affected by this one thing that we can't even see it. And yet we still choose to devise ourselves based off of these things that I think are kind of silly. And so what I want you guys to take from today, what I want you guys to take from this first section is that, yeah, we need to come together, support your yellow brothers and sisters, support your black and brown brothers and sisters, because we're all being affected in some way based off of what's happening due to the government, due to people just being honestly crazy, due to systemic racism, due to police brutality. There is just an accumulation of things that have been going on over the last year that I think should be unifying us and not dividing us. And so the quote I have for you guys today comes from Heading Forward, the developer of the assembly line. And he says, coming together is the beginning. Staying together is progress. And working together is success. I believe that working together, being there for one another, no matter if you're not in my group, if you do not look like me or whatever, you are a human, and I'm going to be there for you because something wrong is being done to you, and I feel for you, and I'm going to put aside my ego, and I'm going to be there for someone who I want to be there for me as well. So I'm going to kind of bring in what I talked about on my Instagram just on Wednesday, kind of bring it to here on my main video for Friday. I said a quote from Martin Luther King that says, "We may have come here on different ships, but we are all in the same boat now." And I feel like that one line speaks volumes to what's been happening around the world. Yeah, we all came here from all these different countries, maybe not by choice and maybe by force, but we're all here now, and we're all living in this world that is geared against people who are of ethnic descent and people who are of color, or POCs. And so I just want to address the fact that, like I says in the quote, we're all in the same boat. We're all here rocking with all the waves that are coming with us. We're all sailing on this ocean that is just at its worst right now. We are in the middle of a storm that either none of us can imagine. And in order to get through this storm, in order to get past what's happening in the world, there's no way we can get through it if we're all pointing fingers like, oh, they weren't here for us. Why am I going to be here for them? Oh, like, they look at us weird when we go in liquor stores. Why should we be here for them? No, it shouldn't be that way. That's what I'm going to give quotes and say that's what they want. That's what they want people to believe. It's so much easier to control you. It's so much easier to have control over a certain group of people if they're divided or fighting against one another and will not come together based off of just little things that should be of human decency. It should be of our own nature to want to help one another, but instead we are being divided by some greater power that, I can't even fathom, to be honest, because to me, maybe for a lot of you, you kind of just, you're here, and what is what is, and you may not understand it and you may not accept it, but that's just how it's been. That's how it's been happening over years. If you haven't noticed, history has been repeating itself over and over again, whether we know it or not. And so, like I said before, if you want to see change, you have to be that change. And so I sit here today and I let you know that putting aside your ego and actually sitting down with these groups of people that you may not fully understand will give you more appreciation of what you have and give you more knowledge of what it is that could be better for your group of people and for their group of people. And to end it off, I have a quote for you from Matty Stepanek, and this person says, "Unity is strength. Where there is teamwork and commitment, wonderful things can be achieved." And like Abraham Lincoln said, "A house divided cannot stand." If we want to build a house, if we want to build generational wealth, if we want to build a better world for our children to come, we cannot be divided. All right, y'all, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me here on my Friday finish line. This was more of a serious topic, getting into more of the nitty-gritty things that are going on in the world. And I'm a very realistic person, and I am not blind to anything that is happening. I do know there are bad stuff happening in the world. I just choose to focus on the good and what can come of the bad. Because with the good and with the bad, there is always something to be learned, and there's always growth in each and every one of those things. Whether you think they are just the worst things that ever happened to you, I guarantee you it is something that is going to inspire growth and inspire change within you and within the people around you. This being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. I wish you all the best. Please stay safe out here. Please take care of your loved ones, and please be there for the people in your life, because I know most of you have very diverse friends group. I know most of you have friends who may be affected by what's happening in the world, and they're scared. They're scared for their grandparents. They're scared for their parents. They're scared for their brothers and sisters. So reach out to them. Really, really talk to them and let them know that you're here with them, that you stand with them, and that you're going to be there for them. For my friends out there that are watching this, you all already know I'm here with you. I've lived all my life being two halves into one, and so I've just come to a place where I am everywhere. If you get what I'm trying to say, I don't think I belong to any group of people. I don't think that I am identifying with any group of people. I'm me. And yes, I'm Filipino and Black. I'm proud of being Filipino and Black. I'm proud of being a part of the Black community. I'm proud of being a part of the Filipino community. I also am a part of the Mexican community. A lot of you know me or know me deeply like that, but my stepmom is Mexican and I love their family. I've grown up in their family. I've grown up around or in the Latino community. So just being in that environment, I do consider myself an honorary Latino. But enough of that. I just want you guys to know that I'm here for each and every one of you, and you should be there for each and every one of the people in your life that you care about, that don't necessarily look like you, but you feel this kind of bond to them that you can't even describe. And so, with that being said, have a great Friday, have a great weekend. Join me next week on my Friday Finish Lines, where it will be the month of April, and I'll have a new set of topics for you guys in that month. Wish you guys the best. Stay safe, stay happy. Remember to be better for yourself and better for the people around you. Oh, and do more, want more, give more. All right? Thank you guys.